Now we were solving the problems of percentages, right? So let us continue those problems. Now here, what percentage of 9 is 6? Okay, that is 6. What percentage of 9 is 6? So here we are supposed to understand the question and then solve it properly. So first clearly understand the question. What percentage of 9 will be 6? So 9 is the main number. Now we are trying to find out the percentage, or which part of 9 is 6 we are supposed to find out. Okay. So here the shortcut or the way of solving is, first take the part number which you have to define. So 6 is the part number. Now they're asking 9 is the main number. So what percentage will form 6? It may be 10%, 15%, 3%, 5%. So let's say, for example, 5% of 9 is 6. So we have to form or find out this percentage here. Okay. So first take the part number which is required to be found out, divide it by the main number, that is 6 by 9, and since we are supposed to find out the percentage, multiply it with 100. Okay. Now since we are supposed to find the percentage, multiply it with 100. Now can you multiply this and say me the value? What will be the percentage? 6 by 9 into 100. How much will you get? 66.66. Don't round off. Keep it as it is. 66.66 percentage. So therefore 6 is 66.66 percentage of 9. Okay. From 9, if you calculate 66.66%, you will be getting 6 as the answer. Now, similarly, let us solve one more problem on the same basis. What percentage of 64 is 28.8? So 64 is the main number. Even if you see here in the first question, 9 was the main number, right? So here 64 is the main number and 28.8 is the part of 64. So how do we take? First, we are supposed to take the part number, that is 28.8, divide that by 64, that is the main number, then multiply it with 100 because we want percentage. Very good. So we get 45%. Everybody got 45%? Yes. So write the conclusion. Therefore, 28.8 is 45% of 64. I hope it is clear to everyone. Now, similarly, you have one more question. One second. 20. Okay, this is different. Let us solve it then. 28% of what number is 413? So they're just asking it around in different ways for us to solve. So 28% of what number is 413? So here 28 is the percentage and they have given us the part number. So we have to find the main number. What is the main number? We do not know what is the main number. So let us find out the main number. Now here, take the part number 413, divide that by the percentage number, that is 28, multiply it with 100. So when they asked us to find the percentage, we took the part number, divided it by the main number into 100, right? Now here we are supposed to find the main number. So part number, which is 413, divided by the percentage, which is 28, multiply it with 100. So 413 by 28 into 100. Can you say me what is the amount you get? 1475. So 1475 is the main number, and 28% of 1475 is 413. You can check 1475 into 28%. If you calculate, you should get 413. Are you getting it? Yes. So that means your answer is right. Okay. So therefore, 28% of 1475 is 413. Okay. Now, moving on to the next question. 25% of a certain sum is 400. Find the sum. So 25% of a certain sum, certain number is 400. Very good, very good. Correct answer. So what is the part number first? 400 is the part number, divided by 25, which is the percentage number, into 100. So what do we get? For 400 by 25 into 100, we get 1600. So therefore, 25% of 1600 is 400. Understood? Any doubts in these problems? Okay, good. Thank you. Now let us continue. Let's go to the next question. An article quoted at rupees 1025 was sold at a discount of 12%. Find the selling price. So there is a product, an article means any product, that is its rate is quoted as, or it is, they are saying the rate of the article as 1025. That is the amount. 1025 rupees is the amount, and it was sold at a discount of 12%. This was the amount quoted, but then they sold it at 12% less than the amount. So they are asking us to find the selling price of the article. So for this, for such questions, you have a simple formula to follow, that is, selling price is equal to quoted price, or the price that they are saying. Okay, quoted price minus discount, because we are not paying the complete 1025, we are paying them at, correct answer, Spurti and Lakshmi, very good. So we are not paying them 1025, but we are paying 12% less than that. Fine. So now let us find the selling price. So what is the quoted price? Quoted price is 1025. Okay. And what is the discount? Discount is 12% of 1025. 12% of this amount we have to calculate. Okay. So you can directly do minus 12%, but it's always better to show it stepwise. Okay. So first find out 12% of 1025. What will be 12% of 1025? 123. Right? Now if you minus 1025 minus 123, you will get 902. So this will be for the, this will be the selling price of the article. So therefore, write the conclusion. Therefore, the selling price of an article is rupees 902. Clear? Any doubts? Okay. Then let us go to the next question. Now, next question, read the question clearly and then we shall solve it. In a class, 30% of the students are Hindus, 20% are Muslims, 25% are Jains, and the rest are Christians. If there are 10 Jain students in the class, find the number of other students. Okay, so this is what they are trying to give. So, if in a class 30% of the students are Hindus, 20% are Muslims, 25% are Jains, and rest are Christians. So, Christians' percentage of students is not given to us. Okay, and then if there are 10 Jain students, so for 25%, if there are 10 Jain students, then we have to find the percentage of Hindu students, Muslim students, Jain students, and Christian students. Okay, now since it is given in percentage, since all of them are given in percentage, so we will be assuming that there will be 100 students in the class. Okay, okay, we will see if it is correct, Lakshmi. Fine. So since there are they have given us the percentages, so we will consider the total strength. Okay, the total number of people, there will be 100. So let the total strength be 100. Okay, so here what they are trying to say is, since there are percentages, we have taken it 100. Now let us find out the percentages. Let us see, we have percentages for all. For Hindus there is a percentage given, for Muslims there's a percentage given, for Jains also there's a percentage given, but there is no percentage given for Christians. Okay, so let us find that percentage. So therefore, number of Christian students is equal to 100 minus number of percentage of Hindu students are 30, percentage of Muslim students are 20, percentage of Jain students are 25. So 30, 50, 75. So 75% is already covered. So what is remaining? 25% is remaining. So Lakshmi, the answer is correct. So the number of Christian students that are there are 25%. Okay, now that we know the number of students to be 100 and the percentage of all of them, let us start calculating. Okay, so for 25% Jain students, Jain students are 25%. So how many are there in the class or college? 10 of them are there. So if you see here, 25%, for 25% there are 10 people. Correct? So now similarly, let us find out for 100%. So for 100% total strength, for 100% total strength, now I already showed you a way how to solve this. For 25% it is 10 students. For 100% how much? Do the cross multiplication. Okay, so what do you get? 25 25 into x is equal to 100 into 10. Okay, so 100 into 10 is 1000. 1000 divided by 25, how much do you get? 40. Correct? X is equal to 40. You can follow the same method here to find out the value. Okay, let me write it in a different ink here. So for 25%, we have 10 people. So for 100%, how much? So what do we have? 25 into x is equal to 10 into 100. So 25x is equal to 1000. X is equal to 1000 by 25. Therefore, total strength is equal to 40 students. Okay, total strength is 40 students. Now, out of 40 students, 10 people were Jain students. Okay, now out of 40, 10 people were Jain students. Now, let us find out using the percentages how many other students are there in the class. Now, next, Hindu students. What is the percentage of Hindu students? 30%. So, out of 40, 30% were Hindu students. So, how many students we will get? 40 into 30%? Calculate 40 into 30%. 12. Very good. So, we will have 12 students who are Hindu students. Next, Muslim students. What was the percentage of Muslim students? We had 40. Total 40 are there. Out of that, 20% were Muslim students. So, how many students will we have? We will have, very good, 8 students in the class. Then what is remaining? Christian students. Christian students, out of 40, 25%. So 25% is 10 students. Good. So the number of Hindu students are 12, number of Muslim students are 8, and number of Christian students are 10, and number of Jain students are also 10. So that will give us a complete of 40 students in the class. Understood? Any doubts in the problem? Okay. Let us go to the next question then. A candidate has to secure 20% marks to pass an examination. He got 30 marks and failed by 20 marks. Find the total marks. Very interesting question this is. A candidate has to score 20% marks to pass the examination. Okay, we don't know what is the total marks, but they have to score 20% to pass the examination. And he has got 30 marks, but he has failed by 20 marks. Okay, now let us solve this problem by first understanding and deriving the question. So, firstly, the candidate is a student in this case. A candidate got 30 marks and fails by 20 marks means, what does it mean? The passing marks is, he has got 30 but he has failed by 20. So, which means if he had got 30 plus 20 is equal to 50, this would be the passing mark. Right? He has got 30 but he's short by 20 marks for passing. So, which means 50 is the passing mark. Okay. So passing percentage, let us write it fully. Passing percentage, okay, passing percentage that they have to get, passing percentage is 20%. Okay, to pass they have to get 20 percentage, which means if 50 marks is 20%, then for 100% what will be the marks? Okay, first you will have to able to define it like this. Very good, Lakshmi. So for 50 marks, if it is 20%, now they're saying that he has to secure 20 marks to pass the examination. And we also understood 50 is the passing marks. So which means if he gets 50 marks, that is 20%. So for 100%, what is the total marks? Okay, now for this, how do? We do the cross multiplication. So 50 into 100, 50 into 100 is equal to 20 into x. So 50 into 100 is 5000 is equal to 20x. 5000 by 20 is equal to x. So what will be the x value? 250. So therefore 250 marks, this is marks, is the total marks. Is it clear? Understood? 250 marks is the total marks. Can we go to the next question? Okay. Now the next question. An article costing rupees 84 was sold for rupees 105. Find the gain percentage. Okay, this is another type of problem that they'll be asking. So article was costing at 84 rupees, but they have sold it at 105 rupees. So they're asking us to find the gain percentage. So here we have to find out the profit percentage that they would get after checking out the cost. Okay, now let us do that. So what is the formula for the profit? Profit is equal to selling price minus cost price. Correct? To find profit, whatever is the selling price, now we have sold it at a higher price. So we will subtract the cost price from that. Now what is the selling price here? The product was costing 84, but they have sold at 105. Yeah, correct. That will be the profit. So the selling price is 105 and the cost price will be 84. So the difference between them is rupees 21. So therefore we understood the profit. But if you see the question carefully, they have asked us to find the gain percentage. Correct. Profit is 21. Everybody is right. Now we also have to find out the percentage of it. Okay. So we understood how to find the profit. Now let us understand how to find the percentage of profit. So percentage of profit, which is nothing but 21 is the profit divided by what was the cost price? 84 into 100. Good. 25%. So we are having a profit of 25%. Okay, with 25%, keeping the gain percentage as 25%. Okay, we are finding out the profit. Now this way of finding out the profit is percentage of profit on cost, because we are considering the cost price. I hope everybody understood this. To find the gain percentage, you will have lot of finding out profit or loss under percentages. Okay, such questions you can expect more. Can we go to the next question? Any doubts in this question? Good. Now, the next question. A man sold two radios at rupees 924 each. So he's selling two radios, and each radio he has sold at 924 rupees. On one, if he gains 20%, so when he sells one ratio, he is gaining 20%. And on another, if he loses 20%, so when he sells one at 924, he's getting 20% profit. But when he sells the other radio, he's at a loss of 20%. Okay, so what is his total gain or loss? Another interesting question. So let us solve this question now. Now here a man is selling two radios, right? So we will keep the cost of the radio. So let cost price of a radio be rupees 100. Now why am I taking rupees 100? See the question. Gain percentage, it is percentage, so 100. Loss percentage is a percentage again, so 100. So for me to calculate how much he has gained or how much he has lost, I am measuring them in percentage. So I will keep my cost price at 100 rupees. Okay, now when the cost price is 100 rupees and I know the profit, I can find the selling price. Correct? So let us write that formula. Now sale price or selling price is equal to cost price plus profit. If it is profit plus profit, or if it is loss, it is minus loss. Correct? Now we have to find out the total gain or loss. We know what is the selling price. What is the selling price? Each radio was sold at 924 rupees. So the selling price will be 924 rupees. Okay. Now what is the cost price we assumed? We have assumed 100 rupees as the cost price. And then what is the profit? This is on the first radio. Let us write that down also. Let us consider radio one after the other. Okay, so first radio. On first radio, we are selling the first radio at 924 rupees, and if the cost price was 100, I am making 20% profit. Okay, so I am making 20% profit. Okay, now for 120, 100 plus 20, for 120, let's say even it can be percentage. Okay, at 120%, we'll take like this. At 120%, if the price is 924, at 120%, 100% of the cost price plus 20% profit, if my selling price is 120%, okay, and for that 120% we are paying 924. For 100%, what will be the cost? For 100%, what will be the cost? I'll repeat it again. Listen carefully. Now if you see here, 924 on first radio, when I'm selling a first radio, I am selling it at 924 rupees. Okay, this 924 rupees is including 20% profit. Okay, including 20% profit, it is 924, which means 100% of the cost plus 20% of the profit, which is 120%. So 120% is 924. So what will be the price for 100%? Did you understand this analysis? Before going to the answer, you should understand this. That is very important. Any doubts in this part, or you want me to explain it again? Everybody understood? Good. Now, let us solve this. So for 120, so what is there? For 120, so 120 into 120 into x is equal to, on the other side, 924 into 100. 924 into 100. Don't take the percentage and all, take the whole numbers what is given. So 120x is equal to 924 into 100 is 924,000. So x is equal to 924,000 by 120. So therefore x is equal to 770. Right? So the cost price of first radio is rupees 770. The cost price of first radio is rupees 770. Okay, now let us find out what is the profit that he has made. We know the percentage, but we do not know the amount. Okay, so let us see the amount. Gain on first radio. What was the selling price? 924 minus what is the cost price? 770 is equal to what is the profit that he has made in rupees? 154. So we know what is the cost price. Now, after finding out, we understood what is the cost price, and we also knew what was the selling price. So we found out the gain or the profit in rupees for the first radio. Understood the first radio? Any doubts in the calculation of first radio? Okay. Now, similarly, let us solve for the second radio. Now, the situation for the second radio is when he has sold the second radio, he has made a loss of 20%. Okay. He has made a loss of 20%. So, let us see how is that done. Now, on, let's use a different color. On second radio, okay, now in on second radio, what is the, we are using the same formula. Okay, what is the formula? We'll write down once again. Sale price is equal to cost price plus profit. If it is loss, minus loss. Okay, what is the selling price? Again, the selling price is 924, and we have assumed the cost price to be 100. Now, we don't have a profit, but we have a loss. How much is the loss? 20%. Correct? So, which means for 80% of the amount, if the selling price is rupees 924, for 100% of the price, what will be the amount? Now let us do our calculation. So 80 into x is equal to 924 into 100. So x is equal to 924,000 divided by 80. So x is equal to, what will be the amount? Rupees 1155. So therefore the cost price of second radio, the cost price of second radio is rupees 1155. Everybody understood this? The cost price of the second radio is 1155. Now let us find the gain or loss in the second radio. Now in the second radio, they have told they have undergone 20% loss. So loss on second radio is equal to, what is the cost price? 1155 minus, what is the selling price? 924. So therefore rupees 231 is the loss that has made on the second radio. Understood? Any doubts until here? Yeah, correct. 231 is the loss. Okay. Now, if you see the question, if you go back to the question and read it clearly, it says, what is his total gain or loss? Now, after selling two radios, what is his total gain or loss? Okay. Now, let us calculate that. So, total gain or loss is equal to, so he has, from the second radio, he has got a loss of rupees 231. Okay, rupees 231 is the loss, but he has got a gain of rupees 154. Okay, he has got a gain of rupees 154. So in calculator, calculate minus 231 plus 154. What will be the difference? Don't take it as minus value. The resultant, whatever you get, should be taken as plus only. What is the number you get? You get 77. Correct? If at all you get minus 77 also, ignore the minus. We are just finding out how much money he's going to have or how much money he's going to make at the end. Okay. So 77. But if you understand, see the problem. 231 is the loss. So loss is more than profit. So which means he is at loss of 77 rupees. That is why you have got minus 7. So his total loss is rupees 77. Understood? If the profit was more, okay, if the profit was more, then we would be getting profit as rupees 77. But here loss is more. 231 is more than 154. So that is why he is getting 77 rupees loss. Any doubts? Go through the question once again. Check if you have any doubts. Now the next problem. Find the cost price of a table fan which is sold at a profit of 10% for rupees 1650. So we are supposed to find the cost price of a table fan, and it was sold at 10% profit for 1650. Again, since it is a percentage, we will assume the cost price to be 100 and we will solve how we solved the previous problem. Okay, so let us start. Let the cost price of table fan be rupees 100, since we are doing percentages. Okay, so and also we know that the formula of selling price. Selling price is equal to cost price plus profit. So what is the selling price that is given to us here? Selling price is rupees 1650. Cost price we have assumed it to be 100, plus profit is 10%. Correct? So which means for 110%, the selling price is 1650. So for 100% of cost price, what should be the amount? Did you all understand this part? For 110 rupees of the selling price, okay, 110 rupees, 110% of the selling price is 1650. 100 rupees of cost price plus profit of 10% will give me a total amount of 1650. But what is the amount for 100%? Okay, good. So let us do our math. So 110 into x is equal to 1650 into 100. So x is equal to 1650 into 100 divided by 110. So therefore x is equal to 1500, that is the rupees. So therefore the cost price of table fan is rupees 1500. Good. 150 is the profit. They have only asked us to find cost price, so we'll do only the cost price. If they had asked us to find the profit percentage, then we should have also found the profit percentage. Is it clear? Any doubts? Good. Okay. So we shall stop here for today and we'll continue in the next class. Okay. Thank you, students.